What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you for joining me here at my YouTube channel. Right now, I want to talk about Matt Rife's new Netflix comedy special, Natural Selection. Now, I've always said I've loved his crowd work. And, I've only been watching him maybe the past 6-7 months. He's relatively new on the scene, I believe. I'm not the biggest follower of stand-up comedians, but he's been on the scene for a couple years, I think, and I've been following him probably the past 6-7 months. TikTok really got me into following him because he is so good at his crowd work. So I have been a big fan of his crowd work. I think that he's very good at coming up with funny things on the spot as he's interacting with the crowd, and I think that's a sign of a really good comedian. So that being said, I think he is a really good comedian. I've also said that his material hasn't been my favorite. I haven't hated it or anything. In fact, I find it funny. But I think there's a lot more intelligent and kind of socially biting material out there. And that hasn't changed with this special. And what this special actually lacked was the crowd work. There was a little bit at the end, a very little bit at the end, but there wasn't really much crowd work in this special. It was very much him giving his material for this Netflix special. And for my taste personally, I enjoy commentary in my comedy. I enjoy learning a little bit about the human condition in my comedy. And so things like, people like Dave Chappelle, I really enjoy hearing about who we are as a species, who we are as a culture, as a society. I enjoy pointing out the silliness in that in order to be introspective and learn more about ourselves. I think Dave Chappelle does that great. So in this comedy special, Natural Selection, I laughed several times. I thought it was funny. I also found it very juvenile and immature. And maybe that's just the age of Matt Rife. He's a younger comedian. He's learning his trade. And for me, it just wasn't what I typically look for in my comedians. I watched it because it was him. And I sat through the whole hour and I laughed and I had a good time because it was him. But as far as his written material is concerned, outside of his crowd work, which is great, I just found this to be, like I said, very juvenile. And this is a special that I don't think I would watch again. So that's just my take on it. I enjoyed myself, but it just wasn't really my cup of tea as far as written material is concerned. That being said, I'm willing to bet I'm on an island here. This dude is incredibly popular right now, and I hope that whoever watches it has a great time with it. So let me know what you thought of his new Netflix special in the comments below, and thank you for joining me.